Hello everybody, this is Eva Montalvo. My company is Nourish Yoga and Wellness. I wanted to show you a few of the things that we work on in my classes for balance and stability, because that's a big concern for so many people. This is going to be all standing, so you will need a chair for some stability, and you will be working from behind your chair. I'm going to turn mine sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So for balance, we're going to start with the feet, just keeping the feet rooted down or pressing down into the ground, and then lifting the toes and spreading them without lifting the balls of the feet. Good, and go ahead and bring the toes down. So this is a small thing that helps you become aware of the feet. Lift the toes, spread them out, and then bring them down. One more time, lift up the toes. Good, and then bringing them down. Now pressing into the big toes, go ahead and lift up the heels. And then bring it down. So let's try that 2 more times. Lifting through the heels and then back down. Good. Good. Then we're going to alternate bringing the one of the heels up and the other toes. And then switch. Switch. It becomes a little bit of a pony prance here. And then just go ahead and keep the toes down while the ankles keep moving while the heels lift. And if you want to add a little dance to it, a little pony dance, you can do that. Starting to test your balance a little bit more as we warm up the ankles. And then maybe we're reversing the arms here. Good. And then coming back down. We'll begin to bend the knees and then just circle so that the knees and the hips begin to rotate a few times in one direction and then the other, beginning to warm up the ankles, the knees, and the hips here. And then keeping the hands, the knees bent, you can stay here holding onto your chair. Think about lengthening your tailbone down if your booty is sticking back, and just kind of lengthen it down, and then maybe one arm comes up, maybe both. Kind of finding a little chair or stool pose here. Good, and then bringing the hands down. And you can just shake out one leg, shake out the other. Got some notes here, so I'm just checking in what I wanted to work on today. Good. Bringing your hands to your hips. Taking the feet a little wider and circling around like a hula hoop. So making it nice and slow so you really feel every aspect of this. A few times around. Good, and then reverse. You might even find it's interesting to press that one hip out and hold there for a little bit and observe what you might be feeling. And then the other side. Good, and then come back to center. Now that we've warmed up a little bit, I want to now just do a little test and just stand any way you normally would, and then just taking a walk around your chair. So you can look anywhere you want. You can also hold on to the chair if you're feeling a little wobbly today. This little circle may seem simple, but we're just kind of seeing how it feels to take that circle. And then turn around and go the other direction. And let's try about 2 or 3 times going around. And if you're looking down at your feet, it may be harder. If you're looking up, you may still be worried about tripping over things. But just do your best, know that that chair is there for you. So I just wanted you to see, because this is kind of functionally what we do. We take turns, we maybe not go in full circles, but we do take that turn sometimes, and we want to check in on with our balance there. So as you move, let's go to the right side of the chair, or whatever side this is showing up on my video, I'm not sure. We're going to hold on with the hand that's closest to the chair, and then bend the knee that's further away, so it'd be my right side. We're going to take and circle that around a few times, observing what you feel all the way in the hip, and making it slow, and then reverse. Go the other direction. Good. And then then bring the foot down, and then just give it a little wiggle. All right, while we're on this side, we're gonna, again, place the weight mostly in that left foot, bring the right knee out, and then use your right hand to take that knee out to the right side, any amount. If you flex the foot, you might feel a little more power through that leg. Good, and staying here, we're testing to see if the left hand can come away. Maybe not, and maybe you even can look to the left. Just checking in, seeing if this feels wobbly or not. Good. And then looking forward, bring the knee back to center and bring the leg down. Again, shake it out a little bit. And then let's try, instead of leg out on that right side, we're gonna shift the weight to the right and bring the left knee up. Again, flexing the foot so the toes are pointing forward. We're just gonna take the right hand to that left knee and start to guide the knee over and across to the right side. And see what you feel there. And then look over to the left side. Once again, you can test, seeing if you're feeling stable or sturdy enough to take your hand away from the chair. I'm feeling kind of wobbly today. Good. And then bring the knee back to center and release down. Good. So we'll make our way over to the other side and test that on the other side. We can find differences from one side of our body to the other, so don't be surprised if you feel a little less stable or more stable on one side. So now with our hand closest to the chair, holding onto it, and the foot bearing our weight, that leg that's closest to the chair, we're gonna bend the knee, the opposite knee, so for me it's the left side, and then guide that knee in circles. So your hand can hold on, or you can do it without. Just letting the full engagement come about. And then reverse and go the other direction. I know my hip starts to get tired after a few revolutions. That's actually a good thing. It means that we're working through the muscles that support our core, our back. We are, I didn't talk about the core, but we do want the belly kind of really engaged, not sucking it in, but just feeling the muscles kind of drawing up. All right, so now right leg comes up. Using the right hand, open the knee out to the side. You decide how far to go. Good. Maybe looking over the right hand or the right shoulder, and maybe testing the right hand to see if it can come off the chair. And when you're ready, bring that knee forward, set it down, wiggle it out here. And then let's do other side. So now the right leg comes up and the left hand goes to the knee. We're going to take the knee over a little bit to the left side. Again, it's not so important how far you go, but just what you feel. Or maybe once again you're looking to the right, and maybe you just bringing that right hand up. Good. You'll notice that side is easier for me. Bring it back to center. Release the leg down. I like to take a nice stretch from here, holding onto the back of the chair, and then just walking the legs back so the hips stretch out behind, wiggling out. We call this downward facing dog, or a modified version of it. And coming back up. Good. Now, let's come back to that chair walk again. Mindfully noticing how you might feel now that we've warmed up the lower part of our body and noticing your posture. So just take a walk, turn around in any direction you want to, and mindfully holding onto the chair as much as you need to, lift one foot and then the other. If you're starting to feel pretty comfortable, you can let go of the chair and keep your gaze up. Keep your head and your torso up. Maybe have to take your eyeballs and look down if you need to see where things are. Try this about 2 or 3 times in one direction. Arms can be out like tight ropes, or you can just let your arms move naturally. Good. A few times around. We're going to to turn around and reverse. So again, mindfully moving, deciding whether your hands stay on the chair or you have them out, or you just let them swing naturally. Good. And I don't know how many times we did, but maybe we do one more for good measure. Maybe it's a little different going one direction than the other. I know that was a little more wobbly for me. And then we come back to center. Beautiful. Take a deep breath and exhale with a big sigh. Know that you've worked on your balance today, worked on your functional strength. And I want to thank you for joining me. Namaste.